Hello, this is your friend Anthony speaking to you from the Big Island of Hawaii at the High Carb Raw Vegan 80-10-10 community, also known as Kanekiki. And I'm just thinking about a few things I've seen recently on posts. And I noticed that whenever I go through some changes and transformations and transitions, going from a regular diet, let's say, onto a more plant-based diet, and eventually I got into the vegan diet, and then more into raw and liquidarian and all these other things, fruitarian, frugivores. One of the things I want to address is that if any of you are going through something similar to a transition, you're just simply staying with vegan, that's great, or even high carb raw vegan is really wonderful. I see a lot of wonderful transformations, a lot of great healing flare-ups where people are, they can say they go through a lot of pains and headaches and emotional releases the body's going to go through, your mind's going to go through, your senses are going to be heightened. It just is going to happen. I went through them, and it's a very painful process, but it's also a process where I started seeing things and visualizing things and witnessing my whole body completely changing. There's some soreness, some tenderness. Just imagine all that old fat, old water accumulating, over a lifetime of living and eating a lot of stuff that's just really foul. So when I started removing substances that really had no place in my body, they started releasing themselves in the form of fecal waste. So much so that eventually, when I became more fruitarian, my fecal waste, my shit, my excrement, whatever word you want to use, became more of the smell of fragrance, fruits, and just exactly what I was eating: fruits, raw fruits, maybe a little bit of vegetables, and that's what the matter came out of my body, and along with a lot of water, a lot of urination, and so forth. Eventually, I went from 210 pounds to about 120, 130 pounds. And that's where I'm at right now, 135 pounds. I've been this way since 2004. And since then, I've increased my fitness. My physical fitness has been wonderful. All my blood and urine lab results from that period on to now has shown a reversal of high blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and many other levels of my life that were really borderline risk. And now I'm at a lot healthier pace. I'm really happy with myself. And most recently, these posts that I've seen, there's been one in particular where there's a survey of young women, and they ask them how they feel about their bodies. In one word, describe your body. Oftentimes the words will be disgusting, fat, ugly, horrible, whatever. It's usually, at least in the survey, it was very negative. And it makes sense, being that Hollywood, music, and many forms of media have pushed a lot of this image for young women, and for women in general, of what they should look like and how they should feel and how they should act. And a lot of them resort to plastic surgery or some medications or whatever it is. And typically that substance or those procedures will incite inflammation, some sort of toxic reaction within their bodies. The same applies to males, but a lot different in respect to fat and thin. A lot of males want to be heavier. They want to be fuller. Inflammation. They'll take muscle enhancers, inflammation devices like steroids and so forth, and eventually they become a lot of very unhealthy. So my point is this: there's a lot of behavior that you're going to experience changing, and other people are going to see it in you. And instead of battling and combating it, and I just saw a recent post, someone describing demons that they've seen. Myself, I describe myself as an atheist, anarchist, vegan. I mean, that's close as I can get to anarchy, because I do not allow anyone over me. I do not allow any authority over me. Atheist, same thing. I don't allow an imaginary savior or figure of my imagination to rule over me. And as a vegan, I will not allow the authority of the USDA or any other organization, federal organization, telling me what I should put inside my body. So as a vegan, it also entails to be causing the least amount of harm to my fellow man and to the animals and even the plants. I mean, the more plants we consume as vegans, we're going to destroy less forest and less environments and so forth, especially the waste. I don't use a regular toilet. I go outside in the jungle here, in the bushes, and what I remove out of my body is seeds and juices. That's it. When I used to be consuming cheese and meats and beef and fish and pork, chicken, all that type of stuff, the most toxic smelling substance that ever came out of my body. So my body's changed, and all I'm asking for you is to look inside yourself, realize that you are very beautiful, and you have a responsibility. We all have a responsibility to attack all that imaginary junk and observe how we feel, physical feeling with our bodies and as our senses heighten. And don't necessarily make fun of people that are maybe experiencing some sort of hallucinations or illusions or whatever you want to describe. Maybe it's reality to them. But, see that they're changing, they're transitioning, and embrace yourself. And through embracing ourselves, you're going to embrace others. Thank you very much, and have a beautiful day. Aloha.